Welcome to my channel, bienvenidos. I decided it was about that time to pull out my big camera, pull out my microphone, and do a nice little sit down video today. I never thought I'd be filming a video like this, of course. I mean, it's a pretty typical look, but this is also, aside from it being my sweat-proof, oil-proof, everything proof makeup look, and it's full coverage, aside from that, it's also my kind of mask proof makeup look. So right now we're on time, at least here in California, here in LA, we are still required to wear masks whenever we are outside, grocery shopping, anywhere that is still open. We are still required to wear a mask. Sometimes you guys will see me on stories and I will have a mask on and then I will remove it and I'll be talking on stories and you guys will be like, okay, how is it that your makeup still looks full coverage and rub all over your mask and it's still pretty much on lock? So I'm going to show you guys today exactly what I do. I kind of show you how I put my mask on, just kind of like my little trick as to how I put it on to make sure that my makeup doesn't get all over it and so my makeup doesn't get messed up underneath. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this video. First and foremost, I'm going to start with my brows just because that's kind of the order I've been liking lately. First, my brows. I do need to clean them up, but I'm working on a video that revolves around my brows soon, so I'm trying not to touch them until then, but I'm just gonna kind of try to work with what I have right now. I did get a new eyebrow pencil though. Not a pencil, it's the Glossier Brow Flick. It's a detailing pen. And I got it in the dark brown. No, in the brown. Yeah, so it's just like a pencil like this. I haven't done a sit down video in a while, so I'm like, I don't even know like how to navigate. And to really make sure my brows are gonna just stay in place and not kind of fade away throughout the day, I am gonna go over top with my Brow Wiz just to give it more of a powdery finish. You could use a powder on top if you want to, but I actually find that I like the pencil because as long as you have a light hand, it could look like a powder. And I also find that this brow pencil doesn't make my brows look oily. To clean them, lately I've been loving the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. You can really use any concealer actually before I clean them. I want to put my primer because I like to let my primer kind of sit on my skin for a little bit before I go in with my foundation, just so it kind of sets. So I'm using the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. This is an oil-free primer, and I just find that when I want my makeup to last me all day, or when I want it to just kind of like lock in place, I'll use this primer. So I put this mainly on my cheeks. Well, I mean, let's be honest, I'm putting it pretty much everywhere. Like I was saying, I'm just using a little bit of my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in light beige to carve out and clean up my brows. And I'll use my Morphe M432. And then just, again, to make sure my brows don't move, I'm using the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. It's a clear brow gel. It's kind of like my staple when it comes to my brows. Perfect to give you more of that feathery yet clean brow, just depending on how you like to shape your brows. For foundation, I am using my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Matte Foundation. This is kind of like my go-to whenever I want my makeup to last and not smudge and budge and move and melt off of my face. I have two different shades. I have 260 and 280. I am going to mix these just because one is a little too light, one's a little bit too deep for my skin tone. Most of the foundation I am focusing in the center of my face where my mask is not going to be. Obviously my mask is more so here, so I'm putting most of the product up here. One, I don't need a whole lot of coverage on like my chin, around my lips, and on my like jawline area. Most of the coverage that I need is up here, which is good because when I put my mask on. That way there's not a whole bunch of foundation down here. And I just feel like when I do a nice thin layer, it just kind of adheres to my skin a lot better, and it's not like a big thick layer just kind of sitting on top, if that makes sense. My concealer, I'm not going to use my Too Faced one, even though you definitely could. But I am going to switch over to two that I recommend. I'm not going to use both, but two that I do recommend if you want a very long lasting under eye and just makeup look in general is the Benefit Boing Concealer, which I'm going to use today, or the Hourglass, what is this one called? Vanish Concealer. I use the shade Beach. For today I am going to use the Boing just because I've been using this one a lot. I'm using a lot of high-end products. I just realized, I don't know, I haven't gone to, I mean, I go to Target all the time, so I could look in the makeup section, but I've looked and I'm like, I don't feel like there's anything new that I'm like really trying to like get, you know. By the way, this is the shade number 5, and this one's also kind of like nice and brightening. And honestly, I'm just going to use the same brush. This is the e.l.f. powder blurring brush. This is a good, inexpensive brush. Can you guys hear my AC? We have it on full blast. It's kind of hot right now. I am going to do cream bronzer with one of my favorites. This is the Pure foundation. This is a foundation stick actually, but I use the shade Dark as a cream bronzer, and I just feel like it's such a pretty bronzer, and the way that it kind of sits on your skin, and you can even bring it up to your hairline. Like my hairline is kind of light, but I don't like to put all kinds of makeup in my hair, just keeping it real, so I usually don't really blend it up there. This trick right here I got from Karen. I love Side E. I kind of mentioned it in one of my vlogs as well, or it was one of my Get Ready With Me's. Before I go in with my powders, I am going to go over my creams and my liquids, and I'm going to use my Urban Decay All-Nighter. This kind of adds, I guess, like a layer of extra protection, an extra layer of just locking in your makeup, especially the All-Nighter. Put a nice amount, let that dry up. By the way, this mirror is from Target. I got it the other day and it's really good. It kind of leaves fingerprints easily, but I like it because you can take it for travel whenever that is a thing again. And it's big, and then you can also place it on a table like this and do your makeup. The Huda Beauty Pound Cake Loose Setting Powder. With this part, I'm doing quite a bit of powder, which I normally don't really do, but I'm doing a lot because this is what's gonna make your makeup stay and not get all over the inside of your mask, and it's not gonna rub off. Taking this powder, I'm taking quite a bit on my sponge. Now, of course, for your under eyes, you can put as much or as little powder as you want. I am going to just kind of go all in because this is what I would normally do if I didn't want my makeup to get sweaty throughout the day. So this part right here is where you have to kind of be a little more heavy-handed when it comes to the powder that you put. Now, if you moisturize your skin prior to doing this, if you moisturize it really well, you can even use a moisturizing primer if you want, then it should not get dry and cakey. As soon as you tap a majority of the powder into your skin, go right away over top with a brush and dust it off. I don't let it sit on my skin for a long period of time because that's when I find that my skin tends to get a little bit more dry and stuff. So dry and kind of like more cakey feeling. And then whatever powder is left on your brush, just kind of tap it over your brows. Again, this is going to make sure that any oils that want to seep through don't. Okay, so my creams, my liquids, my base is pretty much completely set, and you can see my face is nice and matte. My brows are still stand out a little bit, but you can see they aren't like oily or anything like that. I do need to bring a little bit of life back into my skin. You can see a little bit of my bronzer still, especially on this side, but we need a little bit more bronze and color to the skin. So this is where I go in with my powder bronzer. So I'm using my Sephora Micro Smooth powder. This is a face powder, but again, I get a deeper shade and use it as a bronzer. So I have the shade 60, and I'm using my Equal Tools multitasking powder brush, dipping it right in there. And I like this powder both as a face powder and as a bronzer, just because it's not a very full intense coverage powder. So it gives a really nice smooth finish to the skin without adding too much of an extra layer of product. I do have a very bronzy forehead happening right now, but that's just my vibe, okay? I'm not going to do any highlighting today just because I want to keep this look completely matte. What I'm going to do is do a little bit of blush, and I'm using this ColourPop Quarters Super Shock Cheek, and the color is so pretty. It's almost like a peachy tone. And even though right now my skin doesn't have much of a glow to it just yet, after like an hour of wearing my makeup, or as soon as I step outside, right away my oils start to seep through, and then the makeup looks just like so much more natural. It doesn't look as powdery. Now my face is pretty bronzy, and then I have a little bit of blush going on, so you can kind of see the glow is slowly creeping in. So I really don't need to do much highlighting if I don't want to. I do want to do a little bit of something on my eyes, just because I got this really tiny bite-sized eyeshadow from e.l.f. in the pumpkin pie shade, and it's so, first of all, look at how tiny this is. 4 shadows literally fits in my hand, and these tones are like fall vibes, just everyday vibes. Honestly, you can see it has like 2 shimmery bronzy colors. This one's a little bit more copper, this is more bronze, a dark brown, and then more of a really pretty orangey transition color. So I'm gonna put this just a little bit to add some color to my eyelids. I'm just taking some of that transition color, this one. I put it on this side. So I'm taking the bronze shimmer color and just putting this on my lids. Oh, that's pretty. It's like a very subtle pretty color, this one right here. These are very pigmented, by the way. And I want to say this palette was like under $6, or probably like $6, somewhere around there. I'm being very light-handed, so if you go in with MAC Fix Plus and with a heavier hand, then it's going to be even more pigmented. But I like very subtle glam. I'm kind of getting like low-key fall vibes. You guys, we're almost close to fall. Like, what is life? By the time I'm posting this video, bruh, it would be August 1st. We're already in August. Like, what? I'm kind of debating, do I want to do lashes? Do I not? But I think I'm going to just, we're already here. I might as well. So I'm using, these are Kiss Lash Couture Triple Push Up Lashes in the style Teddy. Yeah, I'm not a big strip lash fan. I'm really not. Okay, we're not doing lashes today. Sorry, y'all. I tried. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It wasn't meant to be. Let me get my lash curler. It looks good with or without lashes, so it's fine. Using the Benefit Roller Lash. I have the little mini tiny one. It's so cute. Hey, I'm going to clean up my lash line because I did get a little bit of mascara on there. But now from here, we're pretty much done. Oh, I actually need to do a little bit of setting spray. So you can use the same one if you don't want to use a second one or a different one. But I am going to go over top with the Smashbox Photo Finish Setting Spray. This is a very kind of lightweight setting spray. This is my Sweatproof foundation, concealer, everything. Just my entire base, blush, bronzer, all of it. So from here, if I am going to be going out and about, if I'm not going to be taking off my mask, which a lot of the times I don't, I'm running errands at the store, get back in my car, and then I remove my mask, come home. So on those type of days, I will just throw on my Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb, the original one. And even though nobody's going to see my lips, I just want them to feel nice and moisturized. and just in case I'm like on Insta stories or whatever in my car and I take my mask off, etc. Now on the days where, let's say we're gonna go on a lunch date or something and I am gonna remove my mask once we sit down, I will throw on a lip color, of course. Before I do put on my lip color though, let me show you how it looks with a mask on. I don't even know what mask to pick because they're all really cute. I'll link these below. Ooh, that's kind of cute. There's that one. There's this one. I'm really sitting here modeling masks for you. That one could be cute too. And this is how I apply my mask, okay? That's probably like one of the key factors here too on how to not get your makeup all messed up. So I kind of like extend the mask, right? So that it kind of has like a steep little area where my mouth is gonna go. And I hold it just like this. Just kind of put it like over and push it on my skin just like this, right? And then I pull the string back. And then I pull this string back. And then I let it go. If I need to move it, I just kind of pull it out. And then that's it. My mask is on. My makeup's not messed up. If I'm gonna take my mask off, again, I'm very gentle. I just kind of hold it in place, pull it off, and then pull it down. And you can see, no makeup. No makeup. If you just kind of like put it on and then you put it across like this, there's a higher chance that you're going to rub your makeup onto it. It's just because then you have to adjust it and stuff. Boom. 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 I am going to put a lip color just to kind of complete the look in general because, you know, hopefully a few months from now or next summer we will not be wearing masks, and then this makeup look you can do for any typical summer day. So I do want to show you a lip gloss that I'm freaking obsessed with right now. Using MAC lip pencil in Cork to kind of line my lips a little bit. And then I am going to do a little bit of the, this is such a nice color. I bought a bunch of nude lip colors because I just find it really difficult to find a light nude for my skin tone. And a lot of you recommended different ones, and I just recently picked them up from Ulta and stuff online. So this one was recommended by one of you as well. This is the Melted Matte in Miso Pretty. It is discontinued on like Sephora and stuff, but I was able to find it on the Macys website. So hopefully they have it on there. And then just, it looks light, but once you blend it in, I like to go over top with the Dose of Colors Macchiato lip gloss. This lip gloss by itself and paired with a nude or a lip liner or anything, this lip gloss is so, I was like, what? Fire. It's so nice. So there is my skin, lip color, just in case, you know, you're going somewhere where you're going to be showing your lips. And I will of course link all of the items down below for you guys to easily shop. I still need to clean up my mascara. I'll do it after the video, but you get the idea here. So I love this look. It lasts me all day long. It's full coverage, yet I don't feel like it's heavy and cakey on my skin. If I am wearing a mask, I have at least a little bit of color on my eyes. And then if I remove my mask for whatever reason, I do have a lip color. But again, if you're just going to like the grocery store and back home, you can just put on a lip balm, some chapstick, a lip gloss underneath, and you'll be fine. So again, products will be linked down below. I will also link the masks down there as well. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you all, los quiero mucho, and I'll see you all in my next video.